Hey folks, I hope everyone's having a lovely day, and I know what you're saying. You're probably thinking, oh boy, it's just another SU-100 game. Haven't we had enough of them already? But I promise you, this one is definitely worth it. I'll talk about this map. I'll talk a little bit about how you can a tip. I'll give you a little bit of a tip on how maybe you can help you 3 mark tanks basically. And yeah, so I would definitely stick around and watch this one. And we're on Redshire. It's bottom tier, -2 matchmaking. And if you look at the chat here, wow, this is me talking. Wow, the game is being lovely, I said. They are basically saying, go ahead, put the third marking. And the reason I said that is because if you can see here, I have I have 2 marks, right? And on this session, I remember I got actually this map twice, and before this game, I got Prokhorovka map, which is like Prokhorovka is heaven for tank destroyers. If you didn't know that already, now you do. Tank destroyers and light tanks together, right? And I'm sitting here, I'm asking EBR, please, or I will ask here in a sec for our EBR. I said EBR can't spot because he doesn't have much view range. But even though he can still manage to get some spots on the heavy tanks, but he doesn't seem to know how to do that. He's kind of clueless. I'm telling him, please EBR, spot the heavy tanks. But he's probably a new player, and as you can see, he's just running around, no idea where to go. And I picked the map in the start of the game that actually if he goes through here, he can spot those heavy tanks. But you can't expect everyone to know how to play this game, right? And that's fine. I have no hard feelings towards the player. He can play however it's just a game after all. He can do whatever the hell he wants. KV1S gets spotted by our T29, and we smack him in the face. 400 guys, 400 from the tier 6 tank. I'm still on the reload, so the Nashor manages to get away. And yeah, I don't use a gun rammer on this thing. I don't understand why you would use a gun rammer, because usually what I noticed is after you shoot, you're either spotted, right? So what does that mean? That means you need to fall back behind cover or you'll take damage. So in 10 seconds, you're unlit, which means then you can go back in the bush. So 10-second, 11-second reload time is kind of the same. So why would you use a rammer on this thing? It doesn't make sense. And that's why I don't use it. Plus, like 10 seconds is usually how long after you shoot someone, they're gonna fall back behind cover, so you're not gonna get another shot at them. So yeah, I think the rammer is useless on this thing. I went with improved aiming, which helps my accuracy. I think it goes down from 37 to 36, or 39 to 36, or 38 to 36. So yeah. And let's talk a little bit about this map. From the south spawn, it's like an easy game for you, because if you have somebody like the Super Hellcat one here, he spotted those TDs and they're now like so they can't farm our guys here. You have like a huge advantage once you win the heavy side, which usually happens because as a TD, or if you have like 3 or 4 guys here, they can farm all the heavy tanks that get spotted here, which puts your team at a huge advantage, which means you'll 90% of the times you'll win this side. And when that happens, and we have a guy here spotting the TDs, they won't manage to do much damage here. What that also means is that the enemies are kind of fucked, because from this hill they can't snipe our guys that are sitting here because the map is balanced. And yeah, even look at the castle, they can't play this side. If they try to play this side, they'll get shot from here, right? So the only place for the enemy team is what? Play from here. If they try to play on this ridge line here, try to spot the TDs, they get shot from here, the guys that are sitting here. And if they try to come make pressure towards the TDs that are here, not only can they get shot by the TDs, but they can get shot from the heavy tanks from here. So yeah, I don't know. This map is just super unbalanced, and in my opinion, it's one of the worst maps in this game, especially from the north spawn. It's too unbalanced. And let's rewind here for a sec. I want to show you that shot that I managed to put into the Scorpion. That was like 500 meters away. Let's look at it. That was like, I would say, the mother of all pixels. The Scorpion gets spotted, and I'm looking for a shot, looking for a shot. Look the edge of his turret! And boom, Paramecia, 391 damage to the Scorpion. Oh my fucking god. If that player saw this shot, he would probably just sell that Scorpion and get himself like a Russian TD or something. And now it's time to relocate. Obviously, I'm not gonna get any more shots from this location. It's not gonna happen. So, you know what? I decided this Type 62 and 122 TM are being kind of annoying. So I want to take this location. From here, I can shoot them in the side. Especially when our heavy tanks are kinda clueless. Because they know they can put shots into here, but somehow, I don't know how they're not doing it. They're trying to press W, which is what most players like to do on this game. So yeah, I took the long way because I don't want the Type 62 to spot me, right? He's a light tank, he has plenty of view range. So once I get there, it's basically going to be game over for them. We're at 791 damage, and I know that's not impressive, right? Even for a tier 6. And with playing with tank destroyers, you just gotta be patient. You can't just, you know, go in front and expect, especially in -2 matchmaking, to say I tried to shoot that 122 TM, but that shot like dropped down right before it hit him. I hate that when it happens. But with the SEO 100, from my experience, you don't get those kind of shots all the time. They actually happen more often with a German tank destroyer. The SDRV-74 tried to cross the middle of the open, and we just shut him down, no problem. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do. Probably a new player, right? The Type 62, and watch this shot. Boom! Beautiful pre-aim. 379. Right after he came across the house. And now, I'm moving here to maybe we can shoot the TDs that get spotted here. And this is with a TD. You can't just sit in one spot like the Nashorn is and expect to, you know, farm damage until the game is over. No, you have to read the map a little bit. It's not as complicated as playing like with a medium tech, but speaking about tank destroyer gameplay, but you gotta realize, I won't get some shots now. I need to move up a little bit. I need to reposition to the left, to the right. And now, like, I realized those TDs will not get spotted anymore. So what I do, I come sit next to the Super Hellcat, because from here we can spot the Hell, and I can also shoot the guys that get spotted here too, right? And yeah, there is a nice bush here that Wargaming has provided for everyone to, like, obviously you can just easily come here and sit there and spot the Hell. So I did just that, and we're waiting. And the Scorpion gets spotted. What Scorpion? The Scorpion is dead. 260, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's why, like, Scorpion is really hard to play. Let's face it. I mean, TD that has no armor and has no camo, it's very hard to play. You have to always be bushed 100%. The FV spots us, but at this point, I don't really care. And we put a shot into his side, 388, and he still doesn't want to drop down from the Hell. I don't know why. He could easily hide behind that house, but he still wants to have the high ground when he knows We are, me and the Super Hellcat are to his left. We put another shot into him, 360, and that puts it at 2.4 thousand damage. The score is 11 to 5, and now at this point there is no way in hell the enemies are going to win this. Now it's just a matter of pushing in front and getting the remaining shots of damage, I guess. Or mop-up damage, if you will. Yeah, the SU-100 is, in my opinion, the best tank destroyer. Doesn't have any close competition at all. Even the Dicker Max, which is good alpha damage, good camo, good gun depression, it still doesn't measure up. Because with this thing, not only you can bounce shots, but you are faster, and it's not like the Traverse speed is horrible. It's probably better than the Dicker Max's, and you have better alpha damage. So yeah, I don't see any competitor for the SU-100 at tier 6. And I took another shot here because I'm a goofball and I was happy at this point with this kind of score. Bottom tier in a tier 8 game. So, did I actually manage to 3-mark the tank? What we all know is that you need to be very consistent on 3-marking tanks. You gotta most games are need to be really good, right? Especially when you hit the second mark. Once you hit 85%, it's like it's time. You can't have bad games anymore. You gotta be very consistent. That's like the common knowledge. But when you get to 92, 93, and 94, when you're at this stage, if you get a really good map, especially like a really good map, because when you get a bad map, it doesn't matter if you load gold. It doesn't matter if you load I don't know, 2 repair kits and whatever the fuck, right? If it's a bad map and the enemies are like, I don't know, just don't play on the open field for you, they don't play like complete morons, there is no way you're gonna have a good score, especially with a TD, right? So you need to have a good map. When you get those good maps, you need to maximize your damage potential. So how do you do that? Obviously, you load gold. So that's what you do. Once you see, oh, this is a good map, load the gold. And that's why I said what I said at the beginning of the game, because I realized how many good maps I'm getting. And it's, if I don't try to maximize my use here, I'll probably never 3-mark it, and I'll go back to 90 to 91. Sure, you can 3-mark it with APs, but then you'll just like APs only, but you will make it harder on yourself. Plus, when I saw a tier 8 game, it doesn't matter. Usually, if you see a tier 8 game and when you're bottom tier, -2, if you see -2 matchmaking, I highly recommend just go with gold, because you are like heavily, and I mean heavily, outclassed. All the tanks, well, the majority of the tanks, are better than you. They have better pen, they have better shell velocity, they have better armor, better everything. You see what I'm saying? So you need to, by pressing the number 2, you're kind of not having an advantage. You're not in level playground, but you're at least a little bit better, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's it. Now let's watch the post-game stats. Hey guys, I'm back with the post-game stats, and as you can see here, I have plenty of great games with this thing, and my highest ever damage game, I remember I had 4,000 damage with it. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore because my old hard drive died, sadly, but let's show you the post-game stats. And did I get the 3rd mark? Did I? Do you think I have the 3rd mark already? Let's look at the game. It's taken quite a bit, and that's understandable.
A few moments later.
And boom. There's the 3rd mark. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bottom tier. Did you say I was bottom tier? Wait a second, wait a second. Hold on. Oh yeah, I was bottom tier. Well, how come I'm on top? On a -2 matchmaking? This doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait a second. Yes, it does. Because again, this is what the Russian TDs are all about. But you don't give a fuck. Bottom tier. I'm not fucking. Who cares if I'm bottom tier? Who cares if I'm top tier? It's the same fucking thing. Hell, I prefer to be bottom tier with this thing. I'll tell you why. More damage to farm. That's one. Two, I have no pressure on my shoulders because when I have a 3k damage game and it's a loss, who cares? I am bottom tier, right? And as you could see here, as I was saying, bottom tier, it's better because, you know what, even if we lose, I'm like, I did my best. If my top tiers could not carry the game, it's their fault. So yeah, there we go. But when you're like top tier, you're like, you feel, oh man, I had to carry the game. And if you lose, you feel like, damn it, that was on me, right? So yeah. And I was spamming gold. I was at 94% on the mark, and I went full ham with the gold. Even though I was packing food, as you can see, there were not, I didn't lose a lot of credits. If you count, like 20,000 was actually food, and so it's basically just 3,000 credits that was spent on gold ammunition, and yeah, 9 shots fired, 7 hit. That's about Russian accuracy, right? That's about the Russian accuracy. Like what, 80% of shots hit, 0.36, and I feel like with the SE100 I have more accuracy than I do with this thing. 0.25 accuracy at 100 meters. Yeah, these numbers don't mean shit. And that's it for today's video. And if you like the video, leave a like. If you want to see more of this shit, press the subscribe button. Why not? It's not costing you anything. It's completely free. And you get to see more, interesting stuff on this channel that's going to be coming your way. So yeah. See ya. Please, if you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content on this channel. This was Controller Master, and see you again soon.